Game number 4, Seattle and Houston. Seattle leads 3-1, and if they win here today, they win this series. One of the things you have to realize if you're Houston is you have to get the ball into Hakeem Olajuwon. If you don't get the ball into Hakeem, game is over. If you get the ball into him, you got a good shot of winning. Peyton Pierce, McKay, Derek McKee, Kemp, and Benoit Benjamin will be in there. And Olajuwon now, there's Otis Thorpe. Game number 5, if Houston wins, they got 6 at home. The Charlotte Hornets won at home. They won the series. They are in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're underway. And here's Houston. So the Charlotte Hornets won half the Eastern Conference Finals. If Seattle wins, they're the other half. That is no. Olajuwon, no. Slams it in. That's a way to get him in there. First 15 seconds. It's 2-0 Houston. That's the biggest thing. Peyton got it. It's now 2-2. When you take a look at these games, we say that Houston is a very solid team so far. Offense and defense. They don't have a player as good as Olajuwon there, and he's hit. No, Olajuwon got it, and it's 4-2. The offensive rebounding of Hakeem already with 3 of them. And he has all 4 Houston points. When he's out of the game, it's tough for Houston. They really got to do it there. Ricky Pierce, no. And Olajuwon the other way. Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell over to Johns. Here's Maxwell. Take a look to Kenny Smith. Kenny the Jet. They go to Vernon Maxwell now. 1-on-1 to Pierce. Into Olajuwon. That's 3 baskets, all dunks. And Kemp, it's now 6-2. Peyton. McKee. Pierce. Kemp. Kemp. Missed it. Thorpe. Smith. Smith to Maxwell. Johnson. He's looking in for Olajuwon. He's got Olajuwon. Can't have it. That's the one thing is, I'm thinking whether Olajuwon should take the shots or not. I honestly, I don't know. I'd put him inside and have him rebound. If he misses a shot, he's not getting his own rebound except for when he's real close, and that's going to be Benjamin. Benoit Benjamin at 6'4". 3 minutes in. Chicago and New York. Oh, that's going to be a crazy one. Next, tomorrow, Sunday, we could have the 2 games. It depends who wins here. Smith to Johnson. We got to have 2 elimination games tomorrow. Monday would be game 7. Olajuwon. Far away against Benoit Benjamin. In the middle. Olajuwon, no. And you see when he shoots, he's already boxed out. McKee. Got it. And Derek McKee at 6'6". Kenny Smith. Smith over to Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell to Kenny Smith. Smith over to Vernon. Swings it over to Johnson. Hakeem. No. And he misses. He has missed his last few. Ricky Pierce pulls, and it's now 8-6 Seattle. Seattle with the lead. Trying to make it into the Western Conference Finals. It's a 6-0 Seattle run. Smith, Johnson. Johnson, Hakeem. Hakeem got it. And it's 8-8. cat has just come up and he is jumped up. I gotta put him on the ground. Pierce. Oh, he's holding on. He won't. I'm trying to lift him up. Peyton. McKee. Here's Ricky Pierce. He's gonna drive inside the hook. He scores 10-8. Smith. Kenny Smith. Up to Olajuwon. Olajuwon, and he can't hit it. Benjamin has about 6 rebounds. Peyton. Ricky Pierce. No, slam by Sean Kemp. It's 12-8. And Thorpe to Smith. Maxwell. Johnson. Olajuwon. Oh, it should have been in. No. It's out there under 2 minutes. It's a 10-2 Seattle run. Vernon, no, and Kemp again. Wow, Seattle's trying to really pour it in. Derek McKee, and off glass, no good. And here's Otis Thorpe. Kenny Smith. My cat is right on me. Hakeem to Vernon. No, and that's going to be a slam for Hakeem. And remember, he has most of the points today. You can't sustain this. You can't do it. It's 12-10. Peyton, and it is in there. So 14-10, Gary Payton now. Maxwell will bring it down. It's a 4-point Seattle lead. Vernon, over to Smith. This is Kenny Smith. Outside to Thorpe, Vernon Maxwell. Smith. Olajuwon, yes! Hakeem has been a dream in this first quarter. And now under 30 seconds, they're going to let it go. It might be the last shot. Seattle by 2 early. Here they come back. It was 6-2. It is 12-6 the run. Houston's kind of settled it down under 6 seconds. Peyton now wants it to go inside. Peyton, no. And at the end of a quarter, Seattle by 2 is 14-12. Here we go. It's going to be second quarter. Seattle 14, Houston 12. And they'll bring it in. Seattle now is leading 3-1. Pierce. Ricky Pierce. Trying to get past Jamerson. Intercepted by Smith. Here's Turner. Inside to Smith, trying to get it up and in over Cage, and we're tied at 14. So right now it is a 14-14 Dana Barrows and a miss. No Hakeem Olajuwon out there. Jamerson to Sleepy Floyd. Floyd. Floyd, and he hits it. It's now 16-14, Houston the lead. I'll tell you what, right now, this is a big Game 5 because who knows about Houston? Game 6 at home, you never know. Dana Barros, that's what happened with Charlotte. Conlon, no, rebound Olajuwon, and they want to bring it in. Turner. That was such a huge. Floyd, got it, Eric Sleepy Floyd, 4th straight. And really looking good. It's 18-14 now. If they can, they always said Game 5s when you're down 3-1 are the biggest. And Eddie Johnson makes it 18-16. If the Houston Rockets can come down and win this game, then that means in game number 6, they'll be at home. Floyd over to Akeem. Off glass, and they put it in. 20-16 now. It's looking very solid for Houston as they're up by 4 points. Barros again to Eddie Johnson. He'll pull from up top. No good. And Akeem the rebound. Jamerson and a slam to Turner. And right now Houston has a 6-point lead. Seattle's got to worry. They're up 3-1. And Pierce. Barros, no. And Turner again. He'll go down. Remember, there's Sleepy, and he slams it again. It's an 8-point lead. Seattle led the series 3-0. Now it's 3-1. If Houston wins now, it's 2 in a row. Barros. There's Ricky Pierce. No. And Jamerson the other way. They're going to go. Jamerson will hold it. Floyd, they want to go inside to Olajuwon, and they do. Akeem missed it. Connell in the rebound. They wanted to make it a 10-point lead. It remains a 6-point lead. Pierce to Barrow. Barros over to Johnson. And Barros again outside. Johnson. Here's Pierce. Ricky Pierce. No. And the other way to Turner. Outside to Sleepy Floyd. He can't hit it. They can't make it 10. They've had a couple good opportunities to make it 10. Barros. And he's got to pull it back 3.5. Eddie Johnson hits, and it's 24-18. Well, if you're Seattle, you made a couple stops and you got what you needed. Lloyd missed that last one. You can see he was upset with himself. Jamerson, here's Sleepy. Into Olajuwon, and no! He misses Conlon with good defense. Barros to Pierce. Barros. And he'll go to the line. He can make it a 4-point game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
It's on Eric Sleepy Floyd. Houston won the last game, prompting a game 5. And if Houston were to win big, they would play at home, and that would mean there would be a little bit of worry if you're a Seattle fan. You got to still win a game. When will you win it? And when you're up 3-0, it seems so easy. But Vernon Maxwell, no. And Benjamin the other way. They go to Dana Barros. Vernon Maxwell has to stop shooting those 3. Payton to McKee. There's McKee. No. And Smith to Johnson. And Houston will bring it up. Here's Kenny Smith.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Under 2 minutes. 24-19. Here's the Jet. There is no Akeem Olajuwon in here. They got Otis Thorpe underneath against Sean Kemp. They're going to single it. He scores. And it's 26-19. They made it single one-on-one, and they got it close. And Houston by 7. Gary Payton now under a minute and a half. Gary, 26-19. McKee. McKee to Kemp. Back to Barrows. Over to Payton. 70 seconds. Payton, a long shot. In and out, no good. Rebound, Kemp. They get it out. Derek McKee, no. Kemp again, and he puts it through. A couple offensive rebounds, and Sean Kemp. It is now 26-21. Kenny. Kenny Smith. Vernon Maxwell. Here's Vernon. Kenny Smith. Outside to Johnson, and Thorpe, he got it. 28-21. And wow, Houston is leading big. I'll tell you what, if Houston wins this game, they might come back from 3-0 down. Seattle's got to put an end to this. 10 seconds to go. Gary Payton. 5 seconds to go. Sean Kemp. And a 3-second violation. There's time. Houston can score.
Number 21, Ricky Pierce.
Maxwell, and no.
Houston, 28.
28-21, Houston beating Seattle. Seven of 14, 14 points, 1 assist, and Akeem Olajuwon is showing why he's one of the best all time. You better doggone believe that Houston is, if Akeem Olajuwon can do this. I mean, if Houston can win this game, we might see Game 6 is going to be incredible. Game 6 will be tomorrow, no matter what. If there is one. Ricky Pierce. Pierce. Payton now, and the foul will go to the line.
First personal foul. First team foul.
It'll be on Kenny Smith, 28-21. Payton, and it won. 5 points and assist for Gary Payton. Hits it again, 28-23. And this is big. Kenny now. Bring it down. 7.5. Oh, to Akeem. Oh, Akeem. What a move. And Houston, Akeem Olajuwon is doing this all by himself. It's Gary Payton. Tomorrow you're going to have Utah and the Clippers in Game 6. There's the slam. Sean Kemp. And Kemp, it's 30-25. Tomorrow, Utah leading 3-2 over the Clippers. They're in LA. Kenny Smith, no. Otis Thorpe, yes. The offense rebounds. I mean, Gary Payton from Oregon State and Sean Kemp from I have no idea where. They're there. They're capable rebounders, but they didn't get one. Thorpe did. Sean Kemp. 3 seconds. They got him in there. So 32-25, Houston leads. Here in the third, and right now, Houston wants to extend. They have to. Smith. Maxwell. No. And Kemp again. They got to stop shooting with Vernon. He hasn't hit. I understand maybe it's a dump and chase, but my God. Kemp. Outside, Ricky Pierce. No, Kemp, yes. Sean Kemp. And he put it in. It is a 5-point Houston lead now. Cut it to 5. Smith. Johnson. Olajuwon. No. Here's Kemp. They want to cut it to 3. Ricky Pierce. Pierce got it. 32-29, Houston leads Seattle. Seattle's chipping away. Chipping away, 5 minutes to go in the third. Houston now needs a couple baskets. Again, Vernon, he can't do anything. I don't know why he doesn't get benched now. Pierce. Ricky. No, and Thorpe again. They're pushing it down to Johnson. Johnson to Smith. Outside Otis Thorpe. 32-29, Olajuwon. Yes! The slam dunk, 34-29. It's Gary Payton. Payton over to Ricky Pierce. He'll put it through. Ricky Pierce has it in, and it's back to a 3-point game. Kenny Smith. Vernon, why is he shooting threes like that? Oh my God, that almost made it. Back, I think that was Olajuwon with the rebound. They're just letting him shoot it. You can see his defensive position. They get it into Akeem. And Akeem got it, a slam dunk over Benoit Benjamin. Akeem Olajuwon, they are enforcing the 3 seconds. And he is just getting it in. It's 36-31. Payton, no. And Johnson the other way. Johnson to Kenny Smith. Smith on the ground. Maxwell, again, the 3 that just doesn't hit. He keeps shooting the 3s, and they're not going to hit, and that leads to that, the fast break, and that's all because of the 3-point shooting and the missing of Vernon Maxwell. 36-33. They would rather them not take the 3. There's going to be an in. That's going to be inside. That's on Akeem. (36-33). McKee. Into Sean Kemp in a slam dunk. 36-35 now. It's a 1-point game. Kenny Smith. The Sleepy Floyd. Olajuwon. Olajuwon lays it in. So now there's a little bit of a buffer for Houston. I got a feeling if Seattle gets a lead, it could be disastrous for Houston. 2 minutes. Game 6, if necessary, will be in the Summit. There is Sean Kemp. They keep slowly but surely putting it in to a single point. Kenny Smith into Otis Thorpe. Otis Thorpe, the lay-in is good against Sean Kemp. So Houston keeps buffering the lead. Seattle keeps climbing in. McKee. Game 5 in Chicago is next in our doubleheader. Sean Kemp, no. Rebound, no. And couldn't do it. Here's Kenny Smith now. He'll hold it. Kenny over to Sleepy Floyd. No. Olajuwon, the rebound, yes. I don't know why Houston keeps shooting these three. I don't know if it's a way, just lob it to Olajuwon. Timeout Seattle. Here in Game 5, it's Houston 42, Seattle 37.
Substitution on the court.
42-37. King to Johnson. Out to Barrows. Ricky Pierce. Ricky, yes, and now it's a three-point game. Under a minute to go. And here's Jamerson now. Houston by 3. And they're not going to get the 2 for 1. No need. Oh, Floyd. See, that's the reason why Houston, they must be 0 for 11 today. And there's no need for that. If they run their offense and they're 5 for 11 in just 2-point shots, they're up by 13. And Barrows again. 10 seconds. Dana Barrows around King. They go to Ricky Pierce. And got it. It's now a 1-point game. And that's it. At the end of 3 quarters, Houston by a point. And they start off the 4th quarter with the ball. Well, Hakeem Olajuwon, there's Otis Thorpe, they're coming in. Houston has not relinquished the lead. It's 42-41. Seattle's been close as we begin the 4th. Floyd to Jamerson. If Seattle wins, they move on. If they lose, Game 6 in Houston. Hakeem, no. And here's King. They can take the lead now. Barrows. Game 6 will be in Houston and will be tomorrow. Pierce. Barrows, we know that the Hornets have beat Indiana. There's Barrows. He can't have it. And Olajuwon again to Floyd. Driving it down. Here's Sleepy. Over to Smith. Can't have it. Rebound Olajuwon. Yes. Puts it through, and Houston a 3-point lead. Well, I mean, I'm telling you right now, you can't give Houston a big lead. They won't shoot threes with Vernon. Ricky Pierce through the middle. Ricky had Michael Cage open. We haven't heard Michael Cage today. And there's the other Smith. Jamerson scores. A 5-point lead for Houston, and that's big. Seattle cut it to a point, but it's a 4-0 Houston run. Right now, here's Eddie to Dana Barrows. If need be, Game 6 will be in Houston. Dana Barrows. Game 5, Chicago and New York will be next. Everybody will be watching that. Oh, taken away. Pierce almost. Here's Ricky. Pulls, hand in his face, and scores. 46-43 under 6 minutes to go. Houston now. They're going to have to get it. Here's Floyd. Jamerson, under 6 to go. They're going to go outside to Floyd. Sleepy Floyd. Sleepy and Jamerson. Out to Floyd again. There it is. Olajuwon can't have it. That's Michael Cage now on a rebound. And that's Dana Barros. They cut it down to 1 again. 5 minutes to go. Wow. Floyd again, Houston by 1, 46-45. Sleepy Floyd to Smith. Smith, no, and King, and here's Seattle. Their second chance to get the lead. Remember last time they missed, and then Houston scored 4 straight. Barros again. This is very big. Eddie, no! And Jamerson will take it. They get it up to Sleepy Floyd. Jamerson again. Sleepy Floyd. Oh, there's Jamerson. No! And Eddie Johnson again to rebound out of the outstretched hands of Hakeem Olajuwon. Halfway through the fourth. Johnson to Ricky Pierce. Johnson again, flanks it and scores! Seattle a 1-point lead under 3:48 to go. Seattle finally gets the lead. It's an elimination score. And a timeout by Houston. We'll be back. So here we go. Maxwell now. They're down by 1. Maxwell. Kenny Smith. That's Vernon. In and out, no good. And here's Benoit Benjamin. They had a chance. Payton, no! And he threw it away. And Houston will get it then. Back. Seattle 47-46. 3 minutes to go in the game. And they'll bring it in to Kenny Smith. Seattle by 1. Kenny Smith. Kenny, Chicago, New York next. Hakeem. Got it. I thought it was blocked and it wasn't. Or maybe even tipped, don't know. But it's 48-47 Houston. 5 people on fire right now. Ricky Pierce. No. Olajuwon had a lot to do in that by blocking it like he did. Kenny Smith. Vernon, no, in and out. I don't know why. 2 minutes to go. McKay, pass to Pierce, barely got him, but it's Seattle with the lead. It was tipped and they barely got it in. 2 minutes. And there's under 2 to go. 49-48. Seattle wins, they move on. Smith to Olajuwon against Benjamin. Yes! Houston a 1-point lead, 1:46 to go. And here's Gary Payton now, 50-49. Into Ricky Pierce against Vernon. They go out to Payton. Payton to Derek McKee. Sean Kemp. 3. Payton, no. Benoit, yes. And Seattle a 1-point lead. 1:15 to go. Offensive rebound by Benoit Benjamin. And here's Kenny Smith. Kenny into Akeem. And Akeem, no. And Benjamin again. McKee. Under a minute. Go out to Gary Payton. McKee. Payton. Into Ricky Pierce. Pierce, no! And Olajuwon gets it back. Can Houston take the lead? They're down by 1. They go into Johnson. No! And foul him. Gary Payton now will shoot 2. Remember, if Seattle wins, they win the series. Gary Payton misses 1. Oh, that is big. Remember, Mark Jackson of New York missed both. Let's see what Gary does. He makes the second, 52-50 with 26 seconds to go. Well, you throw your hands up if you're Houston and you say, we got to score here at 2. (52-50) with under 26. Might as well get near the end. They're going to call one more timeout. You might as well get near the end, because if you miss and you foul, that could be it. Seattle 52, Houston 50. 26 seconds to go. Johnson. He's got to get it in, and he does to Vernon, to Otis Thorpe. Olajuwon on the weak side. Smith, they go to Olajuwon. Oh, what a weird shot. It goes in. 15 seconds to go and a timeout for Seattle. Oh, my goodness. And Houston and Seattle is tied at 52. So 15.5 seconds. 52-52. And here it is. If Seattle, if they score here, they win the series. If not, we go to overtime. 15 seconds to go. You know they're going to run it under about 7 seconds. Here it is. Benjamin inbound. They get it into Payton. 12 seconds. 8 seconds. Payton. They go. McKee to win it! No! And we go to overtime. We go to overtime. McKee almost won the series. If that shot would have gone in, no idea. Maybe the time running down why you didn't drive in. But Derek McKee missed. And we go to overtime. Tied at 52. And here's Smith here in overtime. We're tied at 52. Houston has won the tip. We're down to 8 seconds. Remember, it's a 4-minute overtime. They go into Olajuwon. Double teamed. He misses. And Benoit Benjamin the rebound. Here's Gary Payton. 52-52. Into Ricky Pierce against Maxwell. Missed it. And Olajuwon the rebound. They go to Vernon. He's on the inside. There's Kenny Smith. Oh, that's Otis Thorpe. He didn't shoot. Smith pulls. Misses. Otis gets it in. A 2-point lead, a minute and a half in. It's 54-52. Over to McKee. McKee now scores at 54. Kenny Smith. Olajuwon. Over to Johnson. Into Olajuwon. Score it. 56-54. Houston by 2. If they win this game, there'll be a game 6, and that's an offensive foul. No, it isn't. It's against Houston. Benoit Benjamin will shoot 2. I thought it was an offensive pick. Benoit, it's 1. 1:56 to go. Benoit makes the second. It's a 56-56 game. Kenny Smith. They get it in. Otis Thorpe misses, and Sean Kemp will have it. Here's Derek McKee. Here in overtime. Kemp to Payton. They look over to McKee. Outside to Gary. Ricky Pierce scores! And Seattle by 2. You know how these things can balloon. All you need's a lead. That's what they say. 58-56. Kenny Smith to Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem trying to go up. They go to Otis Thorpe. They get it around. We're in overtime. 58-56. That's Hakeem. Tried it again. He gives it up. They're trying to get it into him. Smith. No. And now here's Benoit Benjamin. Seattle. They're going to hold. They're going quickly. And Kemp who slams it in. Timeout, Houston. Oh, this is big now. A 4-point lead. 60-58. 60-56. Well, that was a big dunk there. We told you when they got the lead how things balloon, and now here it is. Smith. No! And they got a foul, and they do. Oh, it's looking bleak for Houston. 14 points, 12 rebounds for Sean Kemp. And he hits one, 61-56. This could be it. Seattle could be moving on, and it's going to be good. 62-56. That means tomorrow will be 2 game 6s. Kenny Smith. They're open for an and 1. Hakeem got it. 62-58. 23 seconds to go, and they go to Payton in a foul. So here's Gary Payton now. He hits one. 63-58 with 22 seconds. This is a biggie. He hits this. They're going to start to print the tickets to the Final Four, and he misses. And a timeout. 63-58. 22 seconds. Wow. So 63-58. Johnson. They go out to Maxwell. Johnson, they got to do something. Kenny Smith. They don't want to give it and one. He's got a fire, and they hit. And now it's 63-60. There's just not enough time right now. They get it into Ricky Pierce. He's going to have an all-time choke job.
Fourth team foul.
He's going to have our second part of our doubleheader. Watch as Chicago plays New York. In Chicago in game number 5 to see who's going to be playing game 6 tomorrow. We could have Monday, our first game of the Final Four. We'll have both on the same day. 65-60. I mean, they need a 3 here. Kenny Smith. They go down. Johnson. There's Kenny. No, he's hit. And that's going to be a foul. There's not enough time. Kenny Smith shot at 3. And Sean Kemp the rebound. His 13th. What a game for him. 2 of these and it's over. There's 1. It's pretty much over now. Sean Kemp. The Seattle Sonics. You see how it balloons. 58-56. There's the shot. It doesn't matter. The Seattle Sonics are off to the Western Conference Finals. Houston led, and for times it looked like Houston was going to make a game 6. But the answer is no there, and the Houston Rockets are eliminated, and Seattle will now go to the Western Conference Finals. Oh, look. So the next couple weeks, 67-60. And that's it as Seattle wins the series here. The box scores see Ricky Pierce, Sean Kemp, 18 and 13. 5 offensive rebounds. Olajuwon at 36 points, 13 rebounds. Vernon Maxwell, no points, 0 for 12, 0 for 11 in threes. I mean, you want to just throw up your hands and say, what are you doing? Game 1, Seattle won by 7. Game 2, Seattle won by 3. Game 3, Seattle won by 9. Game 4, Houston won by 7. And Game 5, Vernon Maxwell. They're 0 for 16 in three-pointers. They didn't even get a free throw. Vernon Maxwell, I mean, he stopped shooting them, but that's one of the reasons Seattle came back. Seattle is there in the finals, so now I'm going to take a couple minutes. And here in Chicago Stadium, game number 5, the Bulls and New York. We're going to be ready to go. Both it is tied at 2. We're going to go with natural sound here. I'll be back in a minute. Maybe a game at 9 o'clock, and that would be college basketball. John Starks, no. And here's Jordan again. Game number 5. It's 2-2. Tomorrow will be, because of the clinchings, both game 6s. And and then game 7. So there'll be games, consecutive games every day. Jordan to Horace Grant. Oakley got back on his feet. Grant, no. And Oakley again, a minute in, nobody scored. Mark Jackson. They go to Starks, to the X-Man. Xavier McDaniel scored. Over Scottie Pippen, New York 2, Chicago nothing. Tomorrow, game 6, it'll be Utah leading 3-2 over the Clippers in LA. And we're going to see who wins that one. Then game 7, who wins today will be playing in New York tomorrow to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. New York is the 10th seed. Not many games between 1st and 10th. Remember that, the East was very, very competitive. But New York has been hot as of late. Ewing, and no. Ewing, no. And Jordan a rebound. 2 minutes in, Chicago hasn't scored. Jordan to Pippen, they've really built up their defense against Jordan. Pippen, here's Jordan now. Jordan. And he scores. And Michael Jordan, the first 2 of the day, 2.5 minutes in. Daniel. Xavier, and he scores again, the X-Man. And the X-Man makes it 4-2 New York. 5 minutes left in the first. New York 4, Chicago 2 early. Ewing tips it away to Horace Grant. He misses. And Oakley the rebound. They're going to bring it in to Mark Jackson. Jackson. John Starks. 3. No. Ewing, yes. And it's 6-2 New York. Well, Starks will want to hit those threes. And Scottie. Scottie. And that is Cartwright. No, Scottie the rebound. He's underneath the back of the basket. Grant to Pippen. Cartwright to Jordan. And here's Jordan. Scores. 6-4. 6-4, and Jackson will pick it up. Jackson. Over to Stark. Go to Jackson again. Ewing. Got it, and it's 8-4 New York. 3.5 minutes. So New York 8, Chicago 4. Scottie. Over to Jordan. Jordan against Starks. Jordan gives it to Horace Grant, who scores. Horace Grant, the power forward. From 15, it's 8-6 New York. They lead Chicago. Series tied at 2. The winner can clinch tomorrow in New York. 8-6, there's the X-Man, scores right down the middle. And the X-Man 10-6. Chicago's the favorite in the East. I'll tell you what, if it's the Knicks and the Hornets, that would be unbelievably weird. Knicks and Hornets against what? Seattle and Utah? Scottie scored, and it's 10-8. But the Knicks were really good at this time. So Mark Jackson, it's New York 10, Chicago 8. Mark Jackson. Jackson, McDaniel. To Mark Jackson, Patrick Ewing. And it's now 12-8 New York. Here in the first. Jordan now, 1:50 to go. And a timeout, Chicago. They want to talk about it early. Remember, Chicago, they're very confident in what they can do. It's New York 12, Chicago 8. They're going to bring it down. Here's Stacey King. There's Scotty, and a miss. Williams, and that's going to be a foul right there, and he'll go to the line. Scott Williams will shoot 2. Minute and a half here in the first. Tomorrow, the 2-6 games, we're going to have this one and the next one. It'll go quick, especially very quick. We're going to see the same teams every day. And there's the miss, Anthony Mason. And then once, after 4 or 5 days, we might just see one, Joe Wilkins. And he can't hit. Here's Stacey King. Over to BJ. BJ again. Here's BJ Armstrong. BJ Williams. Oh, look at this slam, and that's Scottie Pippen. And Scotty with a minute to go, it pulled within 1. Mark Jackson, Anthony Mason. Armstrong. The King, and he got Williams, Scott Williams. King is 21, Williams is 42. From Hobson, and it's 13-12, Chicago with the lead. This series has been down to the nitty-gritty. It really has. Every game. There are games when you can say Chicago should have a 3-1 lead, and games where New York says we should have a 3-1 lead. Everybody agrees Game 3 was all Chicago. So New York can't feel like they should have swept, but Mark Jackson can't get it. After 1 quarter of play, the score Chicago 13, New York 12. Here they go, Chicago up by 1 against New York. Here's Greg Anthony. Out to Gerald Wilkins as we begin the second quarter here in game number 5. Seattle ended up beating Houston in overtime. Anthony Mason, and he misses. Stacey King the rebound. BJ Armstrong. There's Jordan. Jordan, no good, and Anthony Mason the rebound. Wilkins, and that's a foul, and they're going to go to the line for 2. New York, a lot of people feel New York has the best chance about beating Chicago in the East. Many people feel Utah in the West are a better version of New York. 13 all. And Wilkins, it's 14-13, New York leading Chicago. Here's Armstrong. And Armstrong over to Jordan. Michael Jordan. Over to Armstrong. Houston over to King. King over to BJ. And oh, look at that, no. BJ scores. And Chicago has the lead back by 1. You're New York. You want to make sure You want to get a little bit of a cushion here. Anthony. Over to Gerald Wilkins. Back to Anthony. Into Ewing. And they had that perfectly timed. And Patrick Ewing a 1-point lead. New York a 1-point lead now. Jordan. B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong to Jordan. Jordan. Over to Armstrong. Jordan. Jordan to Hobson. No. And tipped in the air, and Ewing gets it. They go to Gerald Wilkins. He has to take him on one-on-one. Wilkins, and that's going to be a jump ball.
It'll be a jump ball.
Armstrong. Armstrong. And that's going to be a foul.
Substitution on the court.
New York 16, Chicago 15. No good. McDaniel, and he puts it in, and it's 18-15. New York by 3. Here in the second, Armstrong. Over to Williams. Cartwright. Over to Jordan, and that's going to be an offensive foul. New York 18, Chicago 15. Bring him back in. Charles Oakley. Ewing will bring it in to Wilkins. It's Gerald Wilkins. Wilkins over to John Starks. One-on-one against BJ. They want to get a little bit more of a lead. It's open. Oh, there's Starks. He can't get it, and a rebound by Cartwright. Armstrong. Over to Paxson. Paxson to Jordan. Armstrong. And there's going to be a foul. 18-15.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your goals.
18-15, New York leads Chicago.
2 shots.
And there's going to be one. 18-16. About halfway through this second, Armstrong. His 4th point. New York by a single point. You know, you're looking up, seeing if anybody's going to get a couple fouls or anybody has a big lead. But true to form, it is just a close game. Ewing, and he'll go to the line. And Bill Cartwright with the foul. New York wants to shoot 2. Ewing, and he missed 1. My goodness, you got to get these. Joe Wilkins will go down, and here's Patrick Ewing. 8 points, 4 rebounds, make it 9. And they'll bring it in, 19-17 now here in the second. Paxson to Pippen. Scotty out to John Paxson. And Jordan. Durant, Jordan. They'll go to John Paxson. No. And Jackson will go the other way. 19-17. Go to John Starks. They want to go into Ewing. Ewing. No, and it's going to be. It is a jump ball. So 19-17. About 3 minutes to go in the half. It's going to be for Chicago. They can tie it up. They go to Jordan. He's fouled and he'll go to the line. That's on Oakley. Jordan has not gone off today. Only 4 points, 2 rebounds. We'll probably have 6. There's 5 there. Ewing will go in. Vandeweghe will have a 19-18 and a miss. Vandeweghe again. Starks. Jackson. McDaniel scores. 21-18. 2:40 to go. Jordan. Jordan over to Grant. Jordan scores. So that's Michael Jordan. He has 8 points now. 8 of Chicago's 20, and he's starting to heat up. New York wants to keep the ball out of his hands. McDaniel. And there's a foul, and it counts. Oh, my, the X-Man. He has 12 of the 23 for New York. Can you imagine if they win? What New York will be like for Game 6 tomorrow? Oh my goodness. Paxson. Outside to Horace Grant. Grant to Armstrong. John Paxson. John from the insignia. No. Cartwright. No. And he puts it in. It's a 1-point game. The offensive rebounds now helping. 23-22. Mark Jackson. Bring it over to McDaniel. From the insignia and the X-Man puts it in. 25-22. Paxson. Over to Grant. Cartwright. Armstrong scores. Back and forth, they're upping the total, and now a minute to go. Starks. No. And Armstrong the other way, 43 seconds. Paxson, and that's going to be a slam dunk. Chicago has a 1-point lead. And New York will just hold it now. Starks. And you see they go deep. They're going to hold it, and Starks might go one-on-one against Paxson. He might. 10 seconds to go. Four seconds. Intercepted. BJ will throw it. No. And Chicago a 1-point lead going into the third. 26-25.
The Knicks, 25.
The X-Man is 7 for 7 with 14 points. Like, seriously, what a game. And New York is only down by 1. Here in game number 5, Jordan has not gone off. They go to Starks. The X-Man has had some incredible shots. Starks way away. That's not how they wanted to start. Chicago will get the ball to start the fourth quarter. Jordan, Cartwright, Grant, yes, And it's a 3-point Chicago lead. Well, if you're New York, you want to get back the quarter here. Here's Ewing. Ewing against Jordan. John Starks. Yes. And down to 1. First minute of the third. Jordan. Jordan now. Jordan, the Grant, missed it. Tipped up in the air, no, Cartwright. And it's going to be back to Scotty. Scotty out to Horace Grant, misses. Rebound, Cartwright, and he puts it in. Just all those offensive rebounds. That's the strength of the New York Knicks, and right now they are just getting killed on their strength. 30-27. It's the only way Chicago's back in this. Stark's got to stop being a Vernon Maxwell. He really has to stop. Vernon was 0 for 12 in that last game. To guarantee they would have hit one of them. Had it been a 2-point shot. And they would have won that game, but they didn't. Jordan. Jordan outside to Horace Grant. They were set. They bring it out to Paxson. 30-27. Pippen, no. And Ewing the rebound. They have to go the other way. Jackson. Oh, I think they chose Oakley. Was in there. The X-Man, 7 for 7. Ewing to Oakley. Got it. 1-point lead. 5.5 to go here in the third. Scotty now. Scotty. Jordan to Cartwright. Scotty Pippen. Grant. They go into Jordan, and that's going to be a block and out of play. Chicago 30, New York 29. Going to bring it in. Here's Bill Cartwright. Into Jordan, who puts it in. That was good. John Starks didn't get between them, and now it's a 3-point game again. Jackson. Mark Jackson now. Over to the X-Man. The X-Man. He misses his first shot, gets a rebound, puts it in. He's 8 for 9 today, 16 points. And that is big. New York within 1 again, 4.5 to go. A pivotal game 5, game 6 is in New York. There's Jordan. No, I think this game means more to Chicago than New York. Is it going to be in New York tomorrow? And if New York can end it tomorrow, Chicago does not want that. Oakley to Jackson into Ewing. Ewing got it, and New York a 1-point lead halfway through the third. Oh my goodness. And you've seen the way New York plays at home. They did get blown out in game number 3 at home, but they got beat soundly, I should say. Jordan, and here's Paxson, 33-32. Scotty. 10 seed New York from the Insignia. Missed it. Scotty Pippen from Central Arkansas. John Starks in the Insignia, and he misses. New York a 1-point lead. Jordan. Jordan. Jordan outside to Cartwright. Pulls and hits. 34-33. And here they go. 34-33. Chicago leads New York. Starks. John Starks goes inside against Jordan. Scores! And New York has a 1-point lead. Oh, you can feel it going down to the wire right now. You can feel it. a timeout. 36-35. New York has called it. We'll be back. 36-35, and you know, you wonder which team, will there be a team that just pulls ahead? Every team with the lead. This is your starts. No, in McDaniel, 9 of 10 for 18 points. And Scotty will bring it up. New York by 1. Armstrong, game number 5. Armstrong, it's Chicago by 1. It is 1, then 1, then 1. Back and forth. Jackson. Jackson will take it. That's going to be McDaniel. Jackson. McDaniel over Vandaway. No. Mason out to Jackson. And they're going to pull this down. There's McDaniel, the X-Man. 39-38. My God. The leads and ties and changes. Lead changes. Unbelievable. 39-38. They keep trading each other. Chicago had a 3-point lead, the most. Armstrong now. New York a 1-point lead. You got to get defensive stops now. Jackson, oh, Scotty over and slams in Mason's face. Right in Mason's face. And there, what is that? Somebody just threw something on the court. I saw that tumbling. I saw something get thrown there. They're going to play on. Jackson could have just came in. Does. The X-Man scores. What a game for the X-Man. And New York by 1, under 30 to go. Scotty. Scotty, 18 seconds. Scotty, 12 seconds. Scotty, 8 seconds. He's got to get moving. Pippen, no! And that ends. And at the end of 3, the score, New York 41, Chicago 40.
Okay, fans, it's the fourth quarter. Let's get up and start making some noise.
Fourth quarter, and here it is. This is, you gotta be absolutely kidding me, and some of the, how close this game is. This could go either way. Jordan. You know, Chicago, there's Jordan, and he hits. Chicago's gonna try and always take the lead. Be aggressive. Very, very aggressive. Even when they have the lead, they're going to be very aggressive. They look to Wilkins, to Anthony. Outside to Gerald Wilkins. Patrick Ewing. Stolen away by Jordan. Jordan again. He'll push it up to Armstrong. And they score. And Chicago has a 3-point lead now. They want to get that game number 6 in New York. They want to make sure New York has to win that game. They want to make sure that they can win it at home. Anthony. Oh, and it's going to be 3 seconds. 44-41. 6.5 to go. They bring it in to Armstrong. 44-41. Armstrong to Hobson. Hobson out to Williams. Hobson again to Armstrong. Jordan. When you see Jordan, you know it's big. Jordan again over to BJ. BJ, they go to King. No, rebound Anthony Mason. And here's Anthony. Greg Anthony. It's Anthony Mason and Greg Anthony. Anthony is first and last name. Wilkins. Ewing, no! And he couldn't pull it within one. Jordan to BJ. They would love to make it 5 now. If they can make it a 5-point lead, that'd be big. Hobson to Williams, got it. It's a 5-point lead. Chicago leads. And when you look at this, I don't think New York scored yet. They led 41-40. 6-0 Chicago run. Anthony Mason. Mason, no! And Williams the other way. Here's Chicago. 5 minutes to go. Here's Jordan. Jordan. No. And he can't have it. Vandaway the rebound. They got to really push this ball up. Vandaway can't have it. New York still has not scored. Armstrong to Jordan. Jordan. No. Williams. Jordan again. And one. And that could be it. Chicago 8-0 in this quarter. Chicago 48-41. Jordan with 15. And he has 16. A timeout, New York. 9 straight. 9-0 scoring in this quarter. And it's 49-41 Chicago. If you're Chicago, you want to score. If you're Chicago, you want this game more than New York. New York's going to be at home. Chicago does not want to go to New York and have to win. Knocked on the ground and out of bounds. It'll be New York's. 49-41. Oakley. Oakley to Jackson. Jackson. McDaniel. No. Ewing. Yes. And those are the first 2 points for New York in the quarter. Being out-rebounded by Chicago. Every time Chicago makes a mistake, they get a second chance. Grant. Jordan. Paxson. Grant. No. And here's Mark Jackson again. They bring it down to the X-Man. He's been so good today. Starks. No. Oakley. Out to Jackson. They finally get an offensive rebound. 3 minutes. Starks should have pulled if he's going to hit all those threes. He missed his opportunity. Starks, there it is. Score it. 49-45, 3 minutes to go. It was a 9-0 run, now a 4-0 run. 9-4 in this quarter. Under 3 minutes to go. Paxson to Grant. Jordan's got it. 51-45. And Jackson got it. It's 51-47. Paxson now. Now New York's hitting. 2 minutes to go. Chicago a lead. Feeling good. You know, Jordan's going to have at least 2 more baskets. 1-on-1 against Starks. They give it back to him. Jordan. Outside. Shot and he scores. 53-47. That was big for Scottie Pippen. New York's got to be perfect now. They go into Ewing. He slams it in. That's 1. That was a quick score. Now they need the stops. Here's Paxson. 1.5 minutes to go. Chicago by 4. Scottie. Cartwright. Oh, Scottie could have shot it again. There's Scottie. He's been dangerous today. And that's all Scottie Pippen. Oh my goodness, Scottie doing so well. Mark Jackson, they gotta go. They're under a minute. Jackson, oh, they gotta go to Ewing. He gets it. No, it's blocked. And that is big. Paxson, he's fouled. And he'll go to the line. No, a timeout. Timeout, Chicago, 55-49. I don't know whether you foul or not. Oh, whoa, wait a second. New York has it. It must have been a steal and a timeout. Jackson, they got to get it back. Mark, got it. It's 4 now. You don't want an and 1. They stole it. It must have come back. And Jordan that's a foul. I really don't know what happened. Michael Jordan, 18 points. Jordan, 19. 56-51 and made it. 57-51. They got to shoot a 3, maybe. They're getting to that point. Jackson into Ewing. Got to score, and he does not. Ewing slams. 57-53. They got to hope they go 1 and 2 in free throws. And now shooting will be Paxson, who hits 1. Hoping they miss him and they get an and 1 or a 3, and he makes it. I think Chicago's on the brink of going up 3-2. Chicago and Utah can both clinch tomorrow. And here we go, 27 seconds. Oakley. Jackson. Ewing, got it, 59-55. And Cartwright, and a foul there. 59-55, Jordan, 60-55. 61-55. Chicago leads. Here's Jackson again. Hey, they got to get it. They got to hit a 3. They do shoot a 3, and he misses. And Chicago is going up 3 games to 2. Now New York will, there's 1, and that's it. New York will be at home, though, in Game 6, which will be tomorrow. If Chicago wins, they go to the Eastern Conference Finals. If New York wins tomorrow, we have a Game 7. Starks, no, and now that'll count, but it's just not going to matter. 63-57 will be your final, and that's it. Chicago's now up 3 games to 2. It was 41-40 to start the quarter, and Chicago 23 fourth quarter points to 16. What a game, 63-57. Game 6 tomorrow. The Jazz and Bulls can clinch tomorrow. Well, we'll have to see. Quickly, we'll have the box scores at 63-57. The box score here, Jordan with 22. They look really good. A couple tried threes. That'll be it. On the other way, John Starks 0 for 6 in threes. To his credit, he did stop. He was 3 for 7 from the field, though. Free throws 3 for 5, but that fourth quarter they really did not do well. Ewing at 21 and 10. So free throws, the Knicks had 5, the Bulls had 15 free throws. The biggest lead 8 and 4, team fouls 8-6. But there you see, 63-57, 23-16. The Knicks actually had to lead in the fourth quarter. Tomorrow, it'll be Utah, LA Clippers first, then Chicago, New York second. And that's going to be it for today. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.